What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats 49ers Fan Cave Tour. I'm joined by a lovely family here today, Shannon and her son, Nickel. Really excited to see this. Glad that you guys reached out when I asked about the Fan Cave Tours. You guys were really excited, as am I, to get this tour going as well. I know you guys are really passionate about your space. How did you guys become 49ers fans? Yeah, how did that sort of start for each one of you?
I was forced into it. I didn't have a choice. That's for my own. I'm a Niners fan for my own safety, and then it's kind of just been in my blood since then.
That's right. That's right. My dad was a Steelers fan, and then he sort of bandwagoned to the Niners, so that's how I became a Niners fan way back in the 80s. And my kids are Niners fans because they have to be. And they like it.
That sounds like a threat, Mom.
Yeah.
And that's interesting, like, because I feel like, Steelers fandom is very, passionate as well, and they have a very storied history. So what kind of, I guess, led you to, or your dad to switch teams?
Yeah, my dad, Joe Montana.
That's enough said, right?
That was it. That was what did it. Yeah, that was his favorite. Yep.
You guys have been fans for a really long time. So when did you start your fan cave?
That was more. They would take me to flea markets and card shows and stuff like that when I was younger, and then they give me $20 a week. Go buy whatever cards you want, whatever bobbleheads, stuff like that. And that was probably when I was 5 or 6 years old, and I'm 19 now. And then once my room got enough stuff in it to where it was like full 49ers, she started buying more stuff to put on the walls and everything. And over 13, 14 years of that being basically my only hobby, everything started to grow a lot.
That's awesome. So you actually started the collecting of items, huh?
Well, she has, like, when we go upstairs, we'll be able to show you, like, paper articles, papers that she wrote from school, like back in the 90s of Steve Young, Jerry Rice, like back when they were winning all the Super Bowls. So she has like her own frame of collectibles in that way. But once like I started to show that I was really interested in it, it was like she struck gold, literally. So
they have better stuff. I have like newspapers and empty cans and
she's unbelievable. She buys everything.
That's awesome. So up to this point, between the both of you, how much money do you guys think you've spent on this fan cave so far?
We don't know. If we see it, we need it. We buy it.
It's not all at once, so you don't even really realize.
Right, yeah. That softens the blow.
It's not that bad.
Blow for sure. But it's funny, every time I ask that, people just tense up a little bit, like, ooh.
You never really think about that.
Well, at this point, I'm ready to see the space. Why don't you guys show us what you guys have?
So over here this is our little mini helmet section. We have the top row. I try to keep the legends, the Ronnie Lotts, John Taylors, the Jerry Rices. I have Steve Young down below. And then I have like some of the newer guys. These dollar bills are newer part of the collection. These are all different
those
players.
Are players' faces?
We have Christian McCaffrey, we got Joe, we got Bosa, Purdy, Kittle, Debo, and we have Jerry.
Where did you get those?
There's this store right at our outlet that's only like about 30 minutes from us, and they never have like big stuff like this, but they have little things like this that you don't see everywhere. So this is something that obviously my mother, she's upstairs now, she won't talk too much about it. This is probably one of her favorites. This is from when she was younger, and her dad was not completely sold on Steve Young, but my mom was sold on Steve Young. So once that Super Bowl came around, she'll always talk about that. That was her favorite. There was one other thing that I wanted to point out. I went to when we played the Ravens in Baltimore in 2019, and I got to meet two players at that game. One of them was DeForest Buckner, and the other one was Manuel Sanders, who both inevitably lost. We lost that offseason. So I always say I never want to meet any more players. I just want to go buy their autographs. I never want to meet any more because those are the only two players that I've ever met. And after I met them, they were gone right after that season. So I tried to stay away from meeting people and just spending all my money on them.
But those are some cool players to have sign anyway, though.
Yeah, that's what we have going down the list. You have Ronnie Lott here. You have John Taylor, Vernon Davis, Patrick Willis. There's DeForest Buckner and Emmanuel Sanders on here. You have Kittle on here. This was from the Hot Boys in 2019. It has Quan, Alexander, Dre, and Fred Warner on it. And I do have a Trent Williams autograph in here. I couldn't leave Big Trent out. Like I said, I try to make sure I include everybody. And then this is another like smaller clock thing. Just like these are smaller things that she had. Over here you have some of the bobbleheads we got. This Bosa is actually a 1 of 99, I believe it is. 1 of 96. And it's actually the first one manufactured from when he won his Defensive Player of the Year.
That's awesome.
I collected bobbleheads more when I was younger, and then as I got older, I got more into the signed jerseys. Frank, one of my all-time favorite players from the Niners, from the guys I've gotten to watch at least. I try not to leave anybody out. Joe Staley, this is probably my favorite signed jersey. Some of my friends come over and they're like, "Who's that guy?" I'm like, "That's the greatest left tackle of all time."
Joe you show some respect. What do you mean? Who's that guy?
This is a cornerstone in the collection. My mom got this for me for Christmas last year, and it was the best gift because nobody really appreciates the lineman too much. But Trent Williams will be going up here pretty soon. I got Bosa over here now, and we're going to get Trent Williams up over here soon. That's going to be our next buy. One of my favorite parts of the collection, the card case that I have. And as you can see, there's just about any Niner you can imagine, from the Purdy rookie cards to the Steve Youngs, the Colin Kaepernicks, Jerry Rice. You go completely down the line here. You get anything you could ask for, even if it's Christian McCaffrey not in his Niners jersey or Trent Williams still not in the Niners jersey. You got to bite the bullet and put it up.
I love it.
My favorite out of the cards would be this Dre Greenlaw. I bought this 2 years ago, and this Dre Greenlaw is actually signed from his rookie year, and it is the only one. It is a 1 of 1.
Wow.
And I was able to show it off to some of my friends, and then last year when he had the big interception in the playoffs, then everybody was like, "Oh my God, you have his card!" And I'm like, "Yep," and I'm the only one in the world that has it.
That's incredible. Where'd you get that one?
I ordered this off of eBay probably a couple years ago. I ordered this off of eBay, and they all have certificates for the autographs and all that. But some of these, like you could see, like this Colin Kaepernick, the Steve Youngs, these are cards from when I was younger, 7, 8, 9 years old. Alden Smith over here. I tried another one. Guy that I feel like is so underappreciated is Navarro Bowman. We actually named our last dog we named him Bowman after Navarro Bowman. Like you see, we try not to leave anybody out. We try to get just about anything we can over here. We got a helmet from the Super Bowl where they beat the Chargers. We try our best to incorporate everybody. So I always say if a player showed up in my house, I never want him to feel left out. I got this. This was only I only paid like $20 for this Fred's rookie year, and now it's just blown up because Fred has obviously developed into who Fred is.
What I say about that too is the fact that he's wearing his old number 48, which he only wore for one season. Like,
and he even signed it with the number
48. I feel like that's rare. It's super rare.
That just shows the fandom. After 1 year, I was like, this dude's going to be our guy. And you just see now the player that he's developed into. And then it just, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm watching my little brother go out there and perform. And I'm 19 years old. This dude's double my age. When we get upstairs, that's when the jersey collection gets. There's not as many autographed jerseys upstairs, but there is probably 100 jerseys upstairs. So we got a lot more to get into when we get upstairs. You want me to get moving up there now?
Yeah, 1 second. Do you have a bed down here?
Yes.
Is that what I saw?
I completely converted this into my bedroom.
This space down here that you're showing us is your bedroom.
This is my bedroom. This is my bed. This is my TV. There's my Xbox. You see my gaming consoles. There's my other TV for when other sports games are on and I need to put them on. There, like my water jug, my fan. You see, we have the freezer back here. There's my fish, and in the back there is my bathroom. It's everything's 49ers themed for the most part.
Wow.
We try to keep it all consistent.
I just thought it was like the good luck room, like before game days. I thought
No,
maybe you'd like sleep. So
most
every day it's like that.
most of the
That's what
time this isn't even where we spend the game days. Game days are so hectic because say we're all sitting in the living room starting the game all together as a family. We start playing well, nobody's allowed to move. You're not allowed to go to the bathroom because that's good pee inside of you. That's lucky pee. You're not allowed to eat anything. You're not allowed to do any of that. So, like, say I walk down here to grab something, which happened in the NFC Championship. I came down here to grab something, and I was stuck down here. I had to stay down here and watch the rest of the game. So, like, we don't really have a set room. It's just a matter of where's the lucky spot? Because if I was wearing a different shirt than I was last week and we lost, it's my fault because I didn't have the same shirt on. If I wasn't in the same spot, like, and that all stems from my mom. She's just extremely superstitious. I told you the fandom here because my brother, I think it was the 2019 season. My brother found a ferret outside, and that's when Kittle made that big play against the Saints. So here came Kittle. So there was no other name we could have did than Kittle. And then 2021, when Debo was having that incredible season, I couldn't name him anything other than Debo. So we have Kittle and Debo.
I love this. So are they part of the superstition as well? Like, do Kittle and Debo have to be certain places too?
So Kittle and Debo have their own, essentially like it's not their own room, but the upstairs bathroom, we just let them roam free in there because they're well behaved and they like to move around. When they want to come roam around the house like they are running down here right now, we just open the door, let them out. Sometimes the game will start, we'll open the door, they'll start running around. We start scoring, they're going back in the bathroom. We have to grab them, take them out of the bathroom, shut the door, move their bed somewhere else. They can't go back to sleep right now. Like, Debo just scored a touchdown, and now Debo's trying to go to bed? No, that's not how it works. You got to get back out there. You got to get back out there.
It's like somehow like the ferrets have become like little voodoo dolls for the actual Debo and
They have.
Essentially. I love that. So how did you guys become so superstitious? And it seems like that's probably built up and grown throughout the years, right?
The first time I remember us, like, I was a kid, obviously. It was the 2012, 2013, or 2011, 2012 Super Bowl against the Ravens. Mm-hmm. We went to my dad's work. He works at Comcast. He had to make sure, like, none of the power went out or whatever. And he had the whole building to himself. So we went there for, like, a little watch party with us. And we're getting beat down at the start of the game. My mom's like, this is because we're not home. If we were home, we'd be winning. So as soon as halftime, the power outage, whatever, we come straight home, and then the Niners start rolling again, and we almost made the comeback. So since then, it's just been like, the superstitions just beat into you. And then last year, after Brandon Ayuk made the ladybug catch and the playoffs, my mom bought ladybug stickers. We all had ladybug stickers on our phone. There was a ladybug sticker on every light switch in the house. Like, any luck we could try and push to get us over the hump, we're trying to push it.
Yeah. I was that just felt like destiny, right? And I was so ready. I was like, if the 49ers win the Super Bowl, I'm getting the ladybug tattoo. Obviously that didn't happen, but I love, you guys are really into it, and I love that. But we've got more rooms to check out, right?
Yes, ma'am. Gotta go upstairs.
All right. Yeah. Why don't you take us through it?
Just an average living room.
You guys were like, there needs to be at least one neutral space in the house.
That's it. That's our downstairs. That's it.
For when there's guests over.
This is my room.
Wow. I love the life-size Jerry.
I know. I love this thing. And I got that at a flea market a long time ago.
Wow. I've never seen anyone else have that.
And that's my mom, these are all her cards from when she was younger and collecting. You see just books and pages of Jerry and Steve and Joe. We cover the Kansas City Joes. We don't like those ones. This is from the last time we went to the Super Bowl and won. And then like, this is more stuff. Like, this is her newspapers from when we won. And then this year I was like, you know what? I'm going to carry on the trend and I'm going to have my own. And I ordered these and I got these in. And then it just never ended up going our way. And
Yep.
she has this a paper that she wrote on Steve Young in May 24th, 1996. And all basically just a documentary on Steve Young's life. And it just shows like this is not really. She only got a 47 out of 50 on that. I would have gave her a 50, but
I would have
like
too, or a 49 out of 50. Just to.
that's it. Like you would got at least got to make it consistent some way. And this from when we played against the Ravens in the Super Bowl. You could see
Nice.
I'm much younger than I am now.
Yeah. How old
And
were you there? Like, and you
8,
still remember like watching that, right?
yeah,
And
8 years old
wow.
than that. And this is another one of the bobblehead. I keep this one upstairs because he's all ceramic. This is before Tom Brady went on his run. That's from when I got that from. And then this is my dog that we got her before we started naming dogs after, or all pets after Niners players. And this was Bowman. That was that was the first that we got him literally a couple days after the pick of the sick, and then we were like, that's it, he's Bowman and he's coming home with us. And like I said, Chris Culliver, like I just have all kinds of players all over the place, just so like I said, I would want it to be as if a player were to come into my house, they would find something of themselves in here. And
I
these
love the
things,
LED light.
these are all just more things we've gotten at flea markets over the years. And my mom put this tree back up so you guys could be able to see the tree. But
She put it up just for this?
it is. Oh, she loves
That
showing
is
it
so
off.
sweet.
She loves showing it off.
This is awesome.
It's
Oh
all
my
49ers
gosh.
stuff. This is from when she was really younger. A lot of these are older, but we've started to find some new ones. This is us at the Hall of Fame when I was probably 4 years old. We're both in our Jerry Rice jerseys. That's me and my brother.
So what's the tree topper? I knew it wasn't gonna disappoint.
Joe, Jerry, Santa Claus is a Niners fan, I guess. Frank Gore, like I'm pretty sure she has 2 or 3 of this Jerry just because she likes this one a lot. See, like she tries her best to fill everything up. She loves it.
Nice. I love it. This is awesome.
Yeah, these are our 3 rooms.
Awesome. This is incredible. I know that I had asked like your mom like what time zone you guys were in, and she said you guys are in Ohio. Are you guys in Youngstown?
We are about 25 minutes out from Youngstown.
Oh
We're
wow. I mean, because there's a lot of like connections to the 49ers in Youngstown. Is that a coincidence at all? Or, like
I
is it
listen. The only way that I really knew there was a connection was when I was younger, and we would go over there because they have nice restaurants and like stuff to do over in Youngstown. And we would drive by the Edward Bartolo building, and it's big 49ers logo out front. And now if you go through the mall that they have up in Youngstown, there's a big 49ers section with all their rings, all
wow.
like clips from their old stuff, a Joe Montana game worn jersey. So it's cool to have like that little touch of I'm seeing Steelers and Browns everywhere. It's miserable. And then I go in the mall and I get to see some Niners. So it's
No,
nice.
like that's awesome to live like, pretty far from where the team plays, but still get a piece
Have
of
that.
them where you live.
Yeah.
Like that's really awesome. So glad you get to experience that. Well, so let's just ask the question here. If there was a fire at your home, God forbid, and you can only save one item of your collection, which item would that be?
It would honestly probably be the Dre Greenlaw card because that's the only one in the
One of
world.
one.
There's
Yeah.
you can't get a replacement of that. I
Irreplaceable.
could spend a fortune to get more signed jerseys and scale card sales and yard sales and all that to replace all my mom's stuff that I probably might be able to, might not be, but I know for sure there's no way I could ever replace that card. I'm a big fan of the players that I feel like are underappreciated. Like you will hear a lot of I mean, everybody loves George Kittle. You'd have to be dumb not to. But you'll hear a lot of the George Kittles name ringing, but you never hear the Dre Greenlaws that much. And they're guys that you see when they went down in the Super Bowl. That's a huge game changer. Like that heavily impacted the game, a game that you might have won if he was in there, and people don't really realize that. So I like it because it always seems like he's the guy that, I mean, you're playing next to Fred Warner. It's hard for everybody to be like, this guy's great, but I would say that it probably, just because of who it is, who Dre Greenlaw is, like his story coming in. I love Dre Greenlaw, and it's irreplaceable. So I would definitely say that's the one.
That's actually a great answer. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't replace it. So that's a good one. I
So
love
we
it. And I think all the viewers who are gonna be checking this out definitely appreciate they got to see every one of the items as well. So thank you, Nickel, and thanks to your mom Shannon for having this awesome, setup, putting up the Christmas tree just so we could see it as well.
Hey,
Really
you just gave
appreciate
her an
that.
excuse too. She had so much fun doing it. She wishes it was
Hey,
Christmas
at this
anyway.
point, I mean, maybe just another superstition. Let's just keep it up all season.
I mean, we may as well. What's up? What else is going on in there?
You guys are super passionate, and I definitely appreciate you showing me around. So thank you. Thanks to everyone that tuned in as well. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because there will be plenty more fan cave tours just like this one. Again, thank you, Nickel, for showing it around.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.